Hey guys, it's Mr. Zimmerman, and we're going to use the PERT formula to find the amount of money from continuously compounding something. Riveting, I know. Let's dive in. Alright, so we're going to be using this PERT formula. The amount of money is given by principal times this E thing, which is 2.7, but all calculators have it memorized, don't you worry, R and T. So if you don't have a calculator, have one handy. So we're going to start our first formula, and it says to write an equation with A of t, yes boss, and Francisco is starting him out with $850. He's going to multiply it by E raised to 0.06 and t for number of years. That's literally our formula. Boom. The reason I used the PERT formula was because of this word, continuously. So, to use this formula, I would plug in 1, and I would get 850 times e to the 0.06 times 1, and I'm not even going to write it because it's just going to stay 0.06. And then I'm going to get an amount of money. I would not do this by hand. Use a calculator. Likewise, for 5 years, I would use 850 e to the 0.06 times 5. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just plug this into my calculator. I could simplify this piece, but go ahead and just let it do all the work. I'm going to go ahead and get an amount of money for A of 5, which I will write here. Now let's jump into the next one. We're talking about Jan investing some money, compounded continuously. So this means PERT, get it up. I'm going to go ahead and we'll use A of t, the amount of money over time is equal to $1,500 times E to the 0.02. And what is it? Yearly, it doesn't even say anything, compounding continuously. So we're going to assume it's 1 year. I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy in. It wants me to figure it out for 7 years. So I'm going to use 1,500 times E to the 0.02 times 7, and I'm going to get an amount of money. Voila. All right, the last guy, and we're going to talk about population again. Now, the difference in this wording is that we are going to use, instead of our growth formula, since it's continuously growing, which makes sense because cities typically grow continuously, we're going to use A of t. How much was my starting amount? 19,360. It's growing E. Now I'm going to move this 2 spots over, so it's going to be 0.029, and I'm guilty of making these errors as well. If you can figure out that Easter egg, go ahead and post it below. And then T, growing continuously for time is a yearly situation. I got this nice formula. Now, it wants me to figure out when it'll be in 2020. Now, I got to be careful because sometimes it's asking us to figure it out from a different date. I know that this is going to be 20 years in the future. So, I'm going to use A of 20 is going to be equal to 19,360 E to the 0.029. And I'm going to multiply this by 20. A of 20 will give me my population. Likewise, if I need to use it for 32 years is equal to 19,360 E to the 0.029 times 32. And A of 32 will give me my population. The big thing I should do just to kind of make sure my answer makes sense is see, hey, did the population increase? That's it for now. PERT, basically look for continuously compounding, and that's going to be a sign that you got to use this formula. That's it for now.